Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 22nd of August going through until Sunday the 28th of August. So we're already at the end of August here. I don't know where this month has gone. I feel like I've been in a coma for the last few weeks. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what is, that's encouraging, isn't it? I've had a lot going on. It's been emotionally very draining. So I'm going to go through each day this week to see what the planets are doing, what energy they create amongst themselves. And the point of these weekly horoscopes is to try and make sense of what that energy is all about so that we can use it to our advantage, the positives, and avoid some of the pitfalls, the negatives. Now, this week is interesting. I've had a look. And the thing that I think is going to be a big theme here, because we've got a lot of Virgo coming into the chart, this search for meaning starts to become a big theme. Meaning in everything, like in what you're doing and in life and in little things. And it becomes kind of obsessive, like as a way to control your circumstances or your feelings. So I feel that this week is going to be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And the thing I put down here is it's like trying to get toothpaste back into the tube. It's going to be a bit messy when it comes to your emotions, trying to be productive and staying grounded and trying to spin all those plates at once. It may feel a little bit difficult. So in my experience, when there are major emotional roller coaster things going on, that's often a great time to understand yourself and what you really want in life. And if you're trying to find comfort in certain behaviors, that's obviously a sign that internally something's painful that you're trying to avoid and offset by doing certain things in a practical sense. So something during this week here, if there's something internally that's causing you pain and where you're able to do something about it, that really appears to you this week and you can kind of get that off your shoulders. So let's see what is happening each day. First of all, Monday the 22nd of August, we've got the moon in Cancer. So the moon likes being in Cancer because it rules that sign. The moon is the way you feel, and Cancer is very much about the emotions, and it's about what's most important to you at the deepest core level. Cancer moon is very intuitive, it's very nurturing, and it's very in touch with its own feelings. That squares Jupiter in Aries, so it's like, well, what is my part in this? Responsibility, but also how can I act or how can I do something for myself that's going to benefit my life. Mercury in Virgo, also very happy because Mercury rules Virgo, and that's in analysis mode. And that trines Pluto and Capricorn, the planet of change and transformation in the sign of the worker. So Mercury in Virgo is going to try and make sense of your work, and the Cancer moon is going to try and make sense of your emotions, I suppose, and what it is you want to do in future. So on Monday, the 22nd of August, you're very much in analysis mode when it comes to your feelings and your working life, which is what I just said, I think. And you're looking for meaning and answers in both areas. So a thing that came up as I was looking at that is something that I heard a while ago, which is that too much analysis is paralysis. You know, if you're just like perusing everything over and over and trying to look for answers, you never actually get anything done after a while. So it's about balancing your understanding and saying, okay, that's enough, and I can actually use this information that I've got and run with it and do something with it, rather than trying to just understand the entire thing. So if you want to keep things moving on Monday, it's important to keep a focus on the next right thing and realizing when enough information has been gathered to do something with. Well, and the reason I hesitated was the 22nd of August is a significant date. 22 is the master number of the builder, so you're able to create something meaningful that comes from a really informed place. You're making sense of your feelings, you're making sense of your work. So anything that you decide around this time is going to serve you very well. So what am I trying to say here? I'm saying don't overdo it with the analysis, but if you're looking for answers, you'll certainly get a lot. So if you're trying to understand yourself and what you're trying to do in life, Monday is a good day to get started with that process. Yeah. Tuesday, the 23rd of August, we've got the sun going into Virgo at 4:16 in the morning. So if the moon is the way you feel, then the sun is your consciousness, it's your mind, it's the identity you're trying to grow into. And Virgo is about analysis, detail, it's about communication and making sense of things, finding meaning in what you're doing. The moon's in Cancer and that opposes Pluto in Capricorn. So how do I feel versus what I'm doing? Are the two aligned? Trine's Neptune in Pisces, so the water planet of dreams and intuition and your feelings is involved and is saying, here you go, here are your feelings, feel them. Thank you. Squares Chiron in Aries. So friction between what's in it for me and what am I doing to help others, or what am I doing in life? How does it actually benefit me? And then it sextiles Uranus in Taurus and it quincunxes Saturn in Aquarius. So you're okay with a little bit of change and things not being set in stone. And you're also willing to take advice. So Tuesday is a much milder in terms of the way you feel and in terms of the emotions. I don't think they're that all over the place. Tuesday, I feel that analysis mode gets even stronger, and you may read into things too much, and you may assign meaning to things that are random or arbitrary. Now, you may say that, there are no such thing as coincidences in the world. There is nothing that's random. But I mean, you can argue that and be right, but also certain things are not that important. Like, if you go to a restaurant and they put a knife and fork in front of you, that isn't random or arbitrary, but also there's not a lot of meaning involved. You know what I mean? Other than this is the equipment. Anyway, I think you get what I mean. Try not to read too much into things. Emotionally, there is a lot going on, but your focus on analysis is an attempt to offset that and to feel better and to try and control your emotions. But I think what's going to work better is if you actually go into your own emotions and say, what is it that my feelings are trying to tell me here, and try and analyze that directly. Try and do something that's outside of your comfort zone. So possibly something that's an experience where you don't need to think about it and analyze, or exercise, something that gets your blood pumping. It's important, I think, not to overdo it in any area. Okay. I'm just trying to give you information that's specific and not vague. Like, I want every day to be about, okay, what's the energy about and how can I do something with it? And on Tuesday, I'm saying, don't overthink things. And at the same time, I am saying that you can understand yourself much better and what you're trying to do, but only if you use this light, gentle touch. If you become obsessive about trying to suck meaning out of things, it's going to elude you and become difficult. So the meaning appears when you approach it lightly, you do things that aren't overly cerebral, and then it kind of floats on in. It's like easy does it. That's the vibe I'm getting. Okay. Wednesday the 24th, we've got the Cancer moon opposing Pluto in Capricorn, and it sextiles Mercury and Virgo. So the Cancer moon, my feelings, my intuition, what's right, wrong, versus Pluto and Capricorn. So what are my feelings telling me about what I'm doing work-wise? So again, that becomes a theme. The moon then goes into Leo at 3:09 in the afternoon. The moon in Leo says, I want to be in the limelight, I want to have fun, I want to put myself out there, I want to do things that are risky and enjoyable. Uranus goes retrograde until the 22nd of January 2023. Uranus is the planet of the miraculous and change and things shifting unexpectedly. And when it's direct, it appears to move forward, and that's when changes and surprises come to you and at you via the outside world. And when it goes retrograde, it's from within. So a lot of inspiration, your feelings really matter because they're the fuel for you to say, oh my God, like I've had it with this job, for example, I'm going to do something else, like to the extent where you're surprising yourself. Venus in Leo trines Chiron in Aries. So this is interesting because it's like, how am I being seen at work? And how am I in the spotlight? Have I taken the opportunity to be a leader in any area of my life, at home or in work? It's kind of like, not how does the outside world see me, but what's my public persona? And am I being recognized for what I'm doing? And I think there'll be a desire to have that in your life. The moon is in Leo and sextiles Mars in Gemini, and it trines Jupiter in Aries. So it's interesting because if there's any kind of a desire to have a job or to take your existing work or what it is you're doing and to take that to the next level where the public is involved, or where you do work up to a position of seniority or leadership or independence, or where you're really a specialist or a consultant or something really that involves you connecting with the public in some way, you're going to get amazing ideas of what you can do next to attain that kind of role on Wednesday. So it's super practical, the 24th of August. I think you get an emotional prompt or some sort of realization, like a light bulb goes off, about your work. And if you feel underused, or like your current job is too easy or unfulfilling or dissatisfying, the ideas you get on this day, they're super important in bringing in these new positive energies, into your life, and particularly jobs that allow you to shine in the way that you want to. On Thursday, the 25th of August, we've got the moon in Leo. So I like a moon in Leo because it's kind of like a Friday night, or like a Friday afternoon, if you're out and about at like 6 p.m. on a Friday and everyone's just got off work and there's a sense of excitement in the air, like what are we going to do tonight? And I'm meeting friends and all this stuff. So a Leo moon kind of gives you that quality. And it conjuncts, so it sits on top of Venus, the planet of love and beauty, also in Leo. So Venus in Leo likes a bit of heat. It likes something exciting to happen. It doesn't just want to sit on the sofa and watch TV. And it trines Jupiter, the lucky planet, and Chiron, the wounded healer, in another fire sign, Aries, the ram. So it's really time to get on with it and to do something on Thursday. Otherwise, you're going to be bored to tears. Like, seriously, you'll be bored very easily on Thursday. Do yourself a favor and do something that challenges you a bit, or that's exciting, or that feels like a major treat. One, you deserve it. And if you don't give it to yourself, you might get a little bit grumpy. Mercury enters Libra at 3 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. So you want to enjoy some of the finer things in life. You want to enjoy other people. You want to get out and about in the world. You want to take the blinkers off and experience life on a bigger and broader scale. And you don't want to analyze and be exposed to all the horribleness of everything. You want to enjoy some of the good stuff. So you become pickier and choosy. The Leo moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius. So it's like, okay, enough with the contradictions already. Oh, I'm getting tired, thank you. So you're not overly patient in being criticized or open to that. And it squares Uranus and Taurus. You want to have some fun and enjoy yourself on Thursday, basically. So this is the one day I feel where you're not particularly interested in attaining meaning at all. I think you're wanting to have a good time. So on Thursday, the mood really, really lifts. And it's a great day to go into holiday mode. So you're sociable and fun-loving, doing something new, taking a little risk, within reason, doing something that feels challenging. So for me, that would be like going to the theme park and going on one of those roller coasters. I'm scared of them. So that would be like a thing. It could be jumping out of a plane, but there's a little bit of risk involved. But it could also be something really minor, like when my nephews and nieces were here, what I noticed is, if you had to go up to someone and ask something, they were very reluctant to do that. So they let the adults do that. So it's that kind of thing. If you don't want to ask someone, or if you're at a restaurant or something, you need to get someone's attention and you don't like doing that kind of thing. It's anything that, is a little bit of a challenge, and that's... I'm just waffling. I'm not making my point today. Excuse me. I hope you know what I mean by that. Anything that challenges you, jump into it. You'll get a lot of fulfillment out of it. So, anything exciting, rebelling a little bit, amazing. Friday, the 26th of August, we've got the moon in Leo, still in Leo. So we've got the moon in Leo from 9 minutes past 3 in the afternoon on Wednesday. So Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday. So that part of the week, all about doing things which you enjoy. The Leo moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius and quincunxes Neptune in Pisces and Pluto in Capricorn on Friday. Venus in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus, so there's a love for movement and momentum and changing things. And the Sun in Virgo squares Mars in Gemini. So the Sun is in Virgo, a sign ruled by Mercury, the communication planet. And Virgo is about, give me the information so I can understand. Mars is about drive and ambition, what I want to do, and it's in another sign that Mercury rules, Gemini, which is about, I want to give my 2 cents. So information is key here, and it's very much about going back to finding meaning in life. But I think on Friday, it comes back with a vengeance, and it's super intense. I think on Friday, things really, really shift. And it kind of becomes melancholy. And you're looking into things and reading into things, but there's a tendency to focus on what's missing in your life and how hard the work ahead is likely to be if you want to make changes, and that's going to put you off. So you can be a bit of a negative Nelly here on Friday the 26th, I feel. So escape is going to feel like a great solution. Like, oh, I want this, but I'm going to have to get the money together and talk to all these people and blah, 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 and it's going to take months. It's much easier to just get off my face and get drunk. You know, it's that kind of response. So if you're in a recovery program, or if you do have a tendency to have that negative self-talk or to press the F it button, you know, enough already, just screw all of this, like to sabotage yourself, watch out for Friday. Anything that just feels difficult immediately goes to the next level and becomes overwhelming, and you're just like, okay, enough already, I can't deal with it, get me out of here. The next day is interesting because it's almost like the reward for getting through Friday. On Saturday, the moon goes into Virgo at 2:25 in the morning. So now analysis detail again is the priority, but understanding in order to do something about it. So you're much more practical on Saturday. There's a new moon in Virgo at 16 minutes past 9 in the morning. I'll make a separate video on the new moon in Virgo. So if you're interested in that, check it out. A new moon is always when the moon recharges its batteries, right? So it goes dark, lights out, and it's like, give me a moment to gather myself here. And it sets new goals, new priorities. Here it's pulling in loads of Virgo energy. So it's like, okay, these are the practical things that I'm going to sort out in the next 28 days. This is what's important. This is what I'm going to be. So this new moon allows you to be very organized, but in a practical sense, where it doesn't just rattle around in your head, where you're actually doing things about it. The moon in Virgo then conjuncts the sun in Virgo. So it's Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Virgo is really a sign that likes to prepare for the winter. It likes to get organized so that later on things aren't as tough as they potentially could be. So it looks at the worst case scenario, but then it does something about it without getting sucked into it emotionally. Venus in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus. So that's still, I want some excitement and something fresh and new happening in my life. The sun in Virgo squares Mars in Gemini. So I want to talk and I want to listen and I want to understand everything. I just want to have as much of a dialogue as possible. The Virgo moon then squares Mars in Gemini. I've said that. No, I said the sun in Virgo squares Mars in Gemini. Then also the moon in Virgo squares Mars in Gemini. So we've got like a communication cluster here on Saturday. And it quincunxes Jupiter and Chiron in Aries. Okay, so if you don't understand yourself on Saturday, you really will. What you want is like right there. Like it's crystal clear who you are and what you want to do about it. So the obsessive search for meaning returns, which is great because the meaning is right here, so you can't miss it. It's super empowering to listen to your own wisdom and to take action based on that as if it's the ultimate meaning that you've now found in your life. Seriously, you can trust that. If you've always wanted to start writing the book or you've wanted to design the course or the workshop, Saturday is a great day to start doing it. And this is like the other side of the previous day where everything was too hard and everything was crap and why should I bother and life sucks and blah, blah, blah. Now on Saturday, if you hang in there and if you get through it, then on Saturday you're super motivated and it's the opposite. It's like, regardless, I can do stuff. Easy. It's funny how that happens, right? Because some days you'll have a problem and you just deal with it, and it's kind of you're not even paying attention and you just get on with it. And other days it's the end of the world and there's no rhyme and reason to it. And that's what I get here on Friday, Saturday. So just be aware of that. God, I can't breathe. Sunday, the 28th of August. We've got the Virgo moon, yes, forming a trine with Uranus and Taurus and Pluto and Capricorn. So we've got lots of Earth here. So the Virgo moon, I want to understand stuff, forming a trine with Uranus and Taurus, especially things which are outside of my control, and Pluto and Capricorn. I want to have a say in what I'm changing in life. I don't want it to be done for me. The Virgo moon opposes Neptune in Pisces. It's about reality, what I can change and what I can't. It's not about dreams. Thank you very much. Quincunx is Saturn in Aquarius, so let's keep it realistic. And Chiron in Aries. So I want to do something for myself that improves my circumstances in a realistic, practical way. And change is good. With Uranus and Taurus forming a trine. Venus in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius, so my passion, my love for life, my desires are much more important than what society says and tells me I should be doing. So you clearly understand what's missing in your life on Sunday, the 28th of August. The weekend, I really feel, is amazing for anyone who's like, who am I? What should I be doing with my life? I don't know about you guys, but like with things happening in my life over the last couple of months, or last month or so, it's kind of like this thing of meaning and trying to, the story of your life and what we all kind of have planned for ourselves. And I've been questioning that a lot. And really, is it about the story you leave behind? Or is it really the kind of life you want to live for yourself in the now? I think it's a good thing to not get too hung up on meaning and the perception of what is good and bad and right, and to just live. I don't know. So where am I? Have I mentioned the planets? Yes, I think I have. So Sunday, we've got all that Earth. Then we've got, my desires over society. Yes, I did mention them. So you know what's missing. You're not becoming maudlin about it the way you did on Friday, where it's like, oh, I'm melancholy and everything's too hard. And you're seeing what's missing in an objective and practical way. And rather than go into the feelings, you're like, okay, well, what can I do about it to affect change? So you start talking to people and you look at practical ways to get what it is you want and to implement changes through practical action. So you're like, I want this, so a bit of legwork is required. That's normal, that makes sense. Let me do the legwork and get what I want. It's all super straightforward. And the weekend is like, things are crystal clear. So that's what I get for you this week. I hope you have a wonderful a wonderful time. Yeah. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. And I use astrology, the tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. I combine all three to really analyze your chart and what's going on for you and what your life purpose is and what the ideal job is and strengths and weaknesses and what's coming up in future and relationships and moving and finances and anything at all, really. If you have any questions about your life and what's coming up or who you are, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. These divination systems give a lot of information, and then I use my intuition as well to kind of include any messages that I get. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best. Take care.